This is the Simply Sports Podcast, the only podcast dedicated to bringing you heated, statistically led debates, news, rumors, and other sports topics. Now, let's get into today's show with your hosts, Sap and Slim.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Sap with Simply Sports Podcast.
It's your boy Slim. We're back again, coming to bring y'all some of the news and some of the topics that's going on at hand.
Yeah, this is our second episode that we're recording. Got a lot of great feedback from the first episode. We're gonna keep it pushing, keep it up with the most current topics, going back and forth. What's going on with you, cuz today? You ready? You good? Man. You good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. About yourself?
I'm ready, man. Just wanna, before we get started, send a special shout out to BPM Audio.
Yes,
I got
sir.
it right today.
Yes,
Audio.
Sir. We appreciate
right.
you. We appreciate you.
All
But
right.
we're going to get into a few things, though. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to touch on Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to touch on that a little bit. Then we're going to get into the Sammy Watkins trade. We're going to let y'all know what we think about that and how we felt about it. You know, everybody got their own opinions. But I got something I want to say about that myself personally. You know what I mean? Then we're going to go into the NBA. We're going to talk about LeBron and Melo, how they boys came along and played a pickup game. And we're going to touch on the Hussein Bolt. We're going to talk about track. You know what I mean? We got some things we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to try to get into it. What you think, though, man? I know the preseason just rolled along and they had a few games. What you think about your boys, man, Baltimore, man?
We actually did good, man, the first preseason game. But after I was a little bit excited about what I seen, I was devastated. Once this news that I got on my phone, because I got an NFL ticker, it tells me about all the trades and stuff that's going on, the signings.
Right.
Once I found out we signed Thad Lewis over Kaepernick.
Right.
I was if you would have seen me in my office,
Yeah.
man, I was hurting, man.
Right.
Just for those who don't know Thad Lewis, he played with Duke. It's his fifth year in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Last team he played for was the Philadelphia Eagles, which was in 2015. He didn't play any games.
Right.
All right, so you think, well, maybe the game before. All right, so the game before, 2014, he played with the Titans. He didn't play any games. They'll say, well, man, get a man a break. What about the game before that? That said 2013,
Right.
he played with the Buffalo Bills. All right, so, okay, he played 6 games. All right. Okay, they said, what about the year before that? 2012, he played with the Cleveland Browns, 1 game. Before that, he played with the Cleveland Browns again, 0 games. Before that, 0 games with the Rams. So this man has a total of 7 games played on his record, and he's been in the league for 5 seasons. I don't know what. I think Baltimore is trying to soothe the people. I don't know what they were
what
thinking.
What are you trying to prove? How would you go get Thad Lewis? Like, and it's not even really. I mean, of course you say Kaepernick because he's a good quarterback, but Thad Lewis in general, how do you explain that?
I don't think that what I really think they're trying to do, man, because honestly, I think they're trying to soothe over this Kaepernick situation and what he's done.
Right. As
far as the kneeling situation, is like, okay, we're signing a quote-unquote black quarterback, because when I went online, I seen some signs, people saying this is racism, stop the racism, sign Kaepernick. So with them, they're saying, okay, we signed Thad Lewis. He's a black quarterback.
Right.
Me, I don't care what color he is. If you give us a chance to play,
right.
man, he gives us the best chance.
Yeah.
Moreover than Thad Lewis.
That's right. Because if Flacco go down, then you're gonna depend on Thad Lewis,
right,
to back up Flacco.
Man. Yo,
Come on, man.
I get, man. I only want to talk about it.
Yeah, I understand. But did y'all get a win?
We won our first preseason game. We looked pretty good, but with Flacco's back being the way it is, it's a little iffy, man. And that's why one thing I really wanted them to do is find a backup quarterback who can back him up. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a bad move by the Ravens. It's a terrible move, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. But it'll play itself out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But it'll play itself out regardless, though, because if it's a bad move, that'll show as well.
Man,
so
that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. And that's what we were talking about last week. They rather lose.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's like, okay, we got them. Yeah. We're losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. It's the game is being watered down now, man. It's more about money. than winning. So
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's what's
true.
getting me, man.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But, at least y'all did get the win. But that wasn't a big win with Thad Lewis, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
look at touching like even with us, the Jets.
Right.
We had a pretty good game, but it's preseason.
Right.
Josh McCown, he looked pretty decent. But I do really believe and honestly see our defense being something to deal with this year, though.
Okay.
We're going to have a pretty solid defense. But offense, I don't know. Our number one receiver, Quincy Enunwa, he hurt his neck.
Right.
So he's out for 6 to 9 months. So Robbie Anderson is our number one main receiver now.
Right.
So, but him and Josh McCown connected on a 53-yard bomb. That was pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? I seen that. Like, I seen it. And Josh McCown, he's a veteran.
Right.
So he knows how to lead. And he knows how to put everybody in their right place. Even if you mess up, it ain't because you ain't in the right place.
Okay.
Because he's going to put everybody where they're supposed to be.
So it's more like, okay, if I'm a wide receiver and I'm a rookie, you want his presence, so it helps you learn.
It makes you more comfortable. You know what I mean? It makes you more comfortable. Because if we got a rookie quarterback and you're a rookie wide receiver, ain't neither one of us comfortable yet.
Right.
So how can you tell me what to do and you don't even know what's going on?
Makes sense.
You do what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But on a whole nother note, what do you think about Ezekiel Elliott, man? Like that 6-game suspension, like.
Man, this particular topic is very touchy.
Right,
I'm gonna tell you why. All right, with the NFL, I know we was talking about they wanting to make their own, decisions. They have something called Article 46. Article 46 is basically giving Roger Goodell the opportunity to be judge, juror, and prosecutor. With that, like I said, domestic violence is very serious. It shouldn't be taken lightly. But the information I've received was the young lady that he was dealing with. He broke up with her, and she made a statement.
But she was going to ruin his career.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so she pressed charges, and then the charges didn't go further because she admitted that she faked, him abusing her.
Right.
So it was, I think, Ohio and Miami, they dropped the charges. Not saying that he hasn't beat her.
But before you finish, but even with all that, though, have he ever came out himself personally, out of his own mouth, and said, I haven't put my hands on her?
But
he haven't spoke up neither.
Right,
so.
but what messed it up is credibility on her half.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, there are really people dealing with domestic violence.
Of course.
For her to say, he did it and then said, nah, he ain't do it.
Right.
Then she got a friend to get into it. So, I mean, it's kind of, if he really did, it's hard. It makes it difficult.
Because if he did it, he deserved the 6 games.
Right. So now you're looking at Roger Goodell, who did interview him.
Right.
No other girl.
Right.
He has an advisor who said that this is a touchy situation.
Right.
And it's hard to figure out what to do because she's saying he did it, but you're looking at the first time she said he did it, and then she said no, he didn't do it. But then you look at Ohio Police Department and the Miami Police Department didn't go further because it was credibility issues.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, it's very sad, especially if he did it, but it's a crazy situation.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you why he's doing. Why do you think he's doing it? So trying to be so tough on it.
I really can't say.
Ray Rice.
Well, that is one thing too. That is one thing too. But at the same time, with Ray Rice, I mean, and the reason why I said I can't say because with Ray Rice, you had clear evidence in your face.
You know
but
what?
Before you seen the evidence though, when he wasn't sure, he only gave Ray Rice a 2-game suspension.
But do you think they had that tape?
No.
You don't think so? They said they sent it there.
They said. But at the same time, because now,
come on now.
I'm not to say they did or they didn't. Put it that way. But if between me and you, if I had the tape and I had it and it's supposed to be in your possession, and they questioning you about it, the first thing I'm gonna say is I gave it to him, so it won't make me look bad. So they could have said they gave it to the NFL and not gave it to him.
Right. But then what if?
So it's a case of credibility on both of the behalves.
This is how I feel about it. The way it's crazy because how a system is a corrupt system. If it's corrupt, it's corrupt.
True.
If I think I got the only tape, me personally, if I seen that tape, I don't know. It's crazy. If I was in the tape, man, he'd probably be gone. Period.
Yeah.
But you look at money, and you think I got the only copy of this tape,
right?
Especially with him and the stuff he's been doing lately,
right?
I'm thinking he probably, I'm gonna sweep this under the rug. Maybe, but it backfired. It came out. They seen how bad it was. Then I'm like, man, this is all you did for this,
right? And
then the people saying, well, he got it. He's like, I ain't see it until after I made it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just think that he's trying to overcorrect. This is his own individual situation and need to be handled delicately. I'm not taking away from any domestic violence at all.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to I messed up last time. Let me get this one.
But hold on. Like even with the case of Josh Brown.
Right,
the kicker from the Giants.
Kicker, yeah.
He came out and cold-heartedly admitted,
Right.
I did this.
Right.
I put my hands on my wife. I beat her. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's the system,
like,
man.
You didn't even need no evidence for that. He got one game.
The system.
Like one game.
The system.
Like and y'all still trying to prove Ezekiel Elliott. Some
Right.
things y'all saying, but we still don't have no clue or no proof of it. But you still gave him 6 games. And this man came out and said, well, I did this. And you gave him on one game.
The system.
So it would be dead wrong to find that this is really not. It's corrupt.
That's what I'm saying.
It would be wrong to get this man 6 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The system is crazy, man. And I think they're looking at, like I said again, domestic violence is terrible.
Right.
And if he did it, you know what I mean, he deserved everything it comes down to.
I agree.
But also, I think they're looking at this man past and all the stuff that he did that
And
they didn't catch.
A lot of it,
you know what I mean? They
too.
didn't catch what he did when he pulled a girl's shirt
That's
down.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's like him trying to overcorrect.
But you're trying to force this man to be guilty about something that you're
don't
forcing it on him.
Right.
Like, there's no proof. You just forcing it on him. You're putting it on him.
Right.
Like, regardless of whatever they say he have or they say he didn't have, he's gonna wear this game suspension regardless.
But you know what I'm saying?
That's not right.
And what the thing is too, man, like we don't know how she's feeling. You know, especially if it happened.
Yeah, because there was a saying too. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was a saying. She was like, I don't know if it was her or her lawyer was like, she came out and trying to let people know what he's done. But in the case of people just shunning her away and not telling her,
exactly,
you know what I mean. So it makes people scared to come out and say this
and
is what's going on.
And that's what I'm saying. She either way, I feel like she's a victim because if he did it and then she was like. She may have said, yeah, I'm going to ruin your career out of anger because somebody broke up with you and you're going to say some crazy stuff. But then it's like, okay, man, I want to say he did it, but then people are making me feel worse. So I'm going to take it back. Say he did. So you don't, that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy, man.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
And if he did do it, I'm totally against it.
Yeah, me too.
And it's something that I wish we had more information on versus Roger. I just think Roger Goodell.
They're trying to make an example out of him.
Right, and I think Roger Goodell needs to really do investigation.
That's right.
His advisor told him that for what we have now is we can't make a decision. So I think he should have did more investigation, especially with Article 46 saying that you're the judge, prosecutor, and jury. You know what I'm saying?
That's not right, man.
So,
that's not right. Yeah, man. Because you're not because say even with the Greg Hardy case, you combine the Greg Hardy case and the Josh Brown case, and you combine both of them cases.
Right.
Greg Hardy got 4 games. Josh Brown got 1 game.
Right.
So with a combined, they only got 5 games.
Exactly.
And you talking about Ezekiel Elliott just getting 6 games for something that you can't prove?
Exactly.
Nah, man. Goodell, you got to go do some work, buddy.
And it makes you question why he still got his job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they just not so long granted Martavis Bryant back in the league. How do you feel about that? That's just Ezekiel Elliott. That's going to work itself out. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how we put it, because he filing his appeal. He's going over the 6-game suspension and everything. So we got to wait and really, really give that time before we really continue to knock on that topic. You know what I'm saying?
You know what kind of, when we talked about that topic last week, we kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Is somebody else on that team had some issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Big Ben.
Yeah.
You know, all the allegations with him. Did he get suspended again?
But you see,
I mean, even with investigation, or you know how people jump.
You remember one time he did get suspended.
The first time
they gave him 6 games too, but then they took it down and only gave him 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So he did get suspended 1 year, but it was 2 or 3 times where they just swept some of the things under the rug.
Exactly, because it was accused more than one time.
He was accused twice for more than something that was serious, like rape, some things like that. So he was accused of something big. And it wasn't just small.
I would like to know if they did the investigation on that.
See, that's touchy because I don't want to just bring a Big Ben past because it's over with and done with. But what you're saying is totally right.
Exactly. I'm saying all I'm saying is fairness.
Right, that's true.
If somebody is caught with marijuana or weed, you suspend him for a year. This man do his classes, do everything that's required of him.
Yeah.
I think everything across the board should be done equally. Investigations, especially if you have the power to do this stuff.
Yeah.
If the cops say we're not pressing charges, but you can continue an investigation and you choose not to interview nobody, or you could just choose to say, oh, you got caught with this, you're getting a year off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
that's unfair.
I mean, not to bring up nobody past what it is what it is, but at the same time, you want stuff that's like fair stuff.
Of course,
is done fair. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I agree. I totally agree. But they just let him back on the field though, so he's able to come back. I don't know if they cleared him to play in in the regular season just yet or not, but he was back for the preseason game, but he didn't play, but he was cleared to play. So he felt good about that, you know what I'm saying? So they moving towards the right direction with Martavis Bryant. At least he's kind of getting that right on the right track, you know what I'm saying? Because Martavis Bryant, he done everything he was asked. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you commenting on that. So, you know what I mean? I think that's only fair. And it's only right that they put that man back in this.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
He done everything he was supposed to do.
I agree.
That's not right. You know what I mean? So, all right, now we're going to, over the, I don't know if it was a couple of days ago or over the weekend, I'm not sure, but the Sammy Watkins trade, man.
Okay.
Like, Sammy Watkins, the Bills for Jordan Matthews from the Eagles.
Okay.
What did you think about that trade? Like,
because Sammy Watkins is hurt. I think.
See, he's hurt, but they say he's healthy this year too, though.
Right.
Sammy Watkins, like, because if he's a healthy Sammy Watkins,
right, he's
a top 10 receiver.
He's a monster. So who's Sammy Watkins? Are they same age? Around the same age?
Yeah, I think just right. Sammy Watkins a little bit younger.
I think. My thing is a pretty even trade.
Nah, but see, that's the thing. It's a pretty even trade, but when you look at over the last 3 years with Sammy Watkins and Matthews, okay, Watkins played 37 games. Matthew played 46. And then Watkins had 153 receptions. Matthew had 225 receptions. Watkins had 2,459 yards, and Watkins had 26.
I also think it's the system because 2015 Watkins had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
Matthews had close to 1,000.
Right.
So he had Sam Bradford, and Watkins had Tyrod Taylor.
Right.
So
right.
I also think too, man, it's the system. Cause I think it's the system. I think it's. I guess you got somebody a little bit over the top, but I guess whatever's worked for your offense.
Right.
Right. Watkins is a speed guy.
Yeah, but I think they just did that basically with Watkins too, though, because even with that, the capable ability he could do,
right.
He hadn't been playing like a lot of games. So they basing it off of he's not been healthy. So that's why I believe in my mind they traded him because you're not gonna find too many guys that run the league where Sammy Watkins is healthy.
Right.
There's not too many receivers that's better than him.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think it was just based off him not being healthy.
Right. I agree with that. And I think if Watkins is in the right system,
yeah, man, he's a beast.
Monster, man. It's fast, man.
Yeah. And he got some big hands too. Man.
Right, man.
Can't take anything that comes to him, he'll catch. Like, so I don't really see the reason besides him just not being healthy. You know what I'm saying? With him being hurt. Other than that, like it's like you said, I'm leaning towards as an even trade, but then I don't because last week when Matthews they made the trade, Matthews got hurt. So how was it an even trade?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like it's a lose-lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Matthews goes down. So
what did he get? How did he get hurt?
I think it was his sternum. Like something like that. Either he fractured it or he broke it or bruised it. One of the two. So
they hurt.
So but they haven't put a time limit on how long he's going to be out.
Yeah.
So that messed the trade up right there. So the Rams in a win-win situation. So you know what I mean? But that was just kind of crazy to me though. You know what I mean? But that shows everybody is expendable. You can move at any time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but about Tannehill, Ryan Tannehill.
I think he should have got the surgery last year. I think somebody should have told him, man, get this surgery because he got hurt in the playoffs?
No, it was before the playoffs. Yeah, it was a couple of games before the playoffs.
He should have had it last year, man.
And then it would have been right this year.
Because it was a MCL,
thing.
ACL?
It was like both for MCL and ACL.
And I mean, me having ACL, MCL, it's required surgery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing especially being a quarterback, ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do without surgery, man, for you to be 100%. You can rest it, but if it's something wrong with it, get it repaired.
I agree.
And I mean, now he could have been coming back in the middle of the season or close, like the first half of the season.
He might have been back before.
Might have made it, but now
preseason.
The whole season.
Yeah,
I mean, he was making improvements too. So it was like.
So we're gonna stay on that same subject. He's out. Jay Cutler's supposed to make his debut against y'all.
You already know how I feel about Jay Cutler, man. You know, Jay Cutler, man. To me, I'm gonna cut him a break.
Right.
One time I'm gonna cut him a break, and this is half a break.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think maybe it was him playing with the Chicago Bears. You know how some people play with a team and it just don't work.
Yeah.
And they get traded, and you're like, dang, this dude playing a lot better.
But when he played with Denver, that just didn't work neither.
He just ain't working with
them. That's what I'm saying. So
when I take the break back, and I was trying to find him a cut.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
But I mean, and I think it's just him, man. I think he just make like impulsive decisions.
Right.
Like I told you, I think he's the worst. I think he's like for Brent Favre on a bad day, I think it's just his game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Brent Favre on a good day is awesome.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
Jay
That's
Cutler
right.
on a good day,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think he is Brent Favre on a bad. Everything about him reminds me. We used to be Green Bay fans back in the day when our cousin played on the team.
Right.
When Brent Favre was having a terrible day,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
That's
and
true.
that's to me. That's how I feel. Jay Cutler is like just.
But see, Miami got a good defense down there too, though. At the same time, so like some of the mistakes and the things he make, their defense will be able to bring him out.
Right, but you got to score.
But
you can't
they got good pieces. They running back Ajayi, they receiver Landry. They got some few other receivers that's brilliant. They got some good receivers.
I
man.
agree to a certain point.
In my opinion, he been around good talent, so.
Right.
But when you're around good talent with bad habits, such as Brendan Marshall, Jay Cutler and Brendan Marshall play together.
Right.
Brendan Marshall's a good receiver, but he got bad habits. When he don't get
agree.
the ball thrown to him, how you
Right.
act? Jarvis Landry's not that kind of guy. Like when you got players on your team that actually, when they don't get the ball thrown to them, they hoping somebody else that get it. They looking for it to be. He's got better players around, better men. Like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason why I think it's iffy is just because of Jay Cutler. When we won, when the Ravens had Detmer,
right?
We didn't have no offense.
True.
Ray Lewis would give us 6 or give us a 7 or something.
Yeah.
I just don't think Cutler has that, man. I think some games he'll do it, but I think key to a good defense is rest.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't.
You totally
you know
right.
what I'm
You
saying?
got the best defense and be wore out.
Exactly, because I think the 3. I wish I had a rate as far as the percentage that says 3 and outs.
Right.
I just don't think that he'll keep his offense on the field long enough to give his defense to do what they have to do.
Right.
And I think the pieces work.
Right.
But he's the centerpiece.
I agree.
If he's collapsing, you know how that is. Somebody around you ain't doing right, and they supposed to be a supervisor, a manager. They ain't doing what they supposed to do. You like, man, what in the world?
But then you got to depend on the offensive line too.
Yeah,
you know,
and they know once he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, offensive line gonna quit on.
That's what I'm saying. So regardless how you
they
want to put it,
they be ready for Matt Moore soon. Matt Moore, get ready.
Yeah, that could be the case too.
Matt Moore be ready.
I would be more inclined and ready to play Matt Moore anyway, because he's been there. So
why?
I'm not.
I don't even understand.
Now, if Matt Moore come in there 3-4 games or 5 games, say at least in the season, he's not doing nothing. Then you say, okay, I'm gonna try you, Jay Cutler. See what you can do.
But you know, if they would have signed Jay Cutler, they ain't giving Matt Moore a chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they signed him.
They're right.
They should have told, and I agree with you. They should have said, okay, Matt Moore, this is your team. Show us what we can do. Now, week 3, you can't do it.
Then we do something else about it. Yeah,
right, that makes sense.
Like, that's
they panic, man. I think they panic. You got somebody that's been there. I mean, he ain't a terrible guy.
No, he's not.
You know what I'm saying? To me, I would choose him over Cutler.
Yeah. And it wouldn't even be necessarily over that. I would too, but only reason I would choose because he knows the system, man.
Right.
There's no way I'm gonna go get somebody else that I gotta teach the system, and I got a man right in front of me that already knows.
Exactly.
That's
right. But they said the offensive coordinator played with him.
Yeah, Gase.
That don't matter.
Adam Gase.
That don't
matter. What I'm saying? But like it's like you still ain't showing no faith and no trust in me, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
But that'll work itself out as the season goes on, because regardless as the years go on, as a year go on, we're gonna talk about him regardless.
Right.
So that's gonna work itself out with Jay Cutler.
Season.
Yeah, man. So. I mean, I got another question for you that's still pertaining to football, though. Like, who would you say would be some of your top receivers? Because I want to narrow it down to, like, the top 5. I want to get into that a little bit.
Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I say Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Beckham.
Right.
AJ. And it's a toss between Evans and Hill. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. You say you would put him in your top 5 already? Because he had a good year?
I think.
I mean, now don't get it wrong. I'm not saying he's not good, but top 5 already.
You mean like
over Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, Dez Bryant?
I'll tell you why.
Jordy Nelson.
I'll tell you why. To me, he's durable. He could do. He's like. I don't know, man. It's he could do more than one thing to me.
He can.
You know what I'm saying?
He can.
I think, to me, when you're flexible like that, you can probably squeeze up in the 5 with me.
Yeah, but I'm saying at the same time, but you still got to be, in my opinion, like this is just my opinion.
Right.
You have to do it on a consistent basis. He's done it 1 year. It ain't like he done it 3 or 4 years and I just put him in the top. I can't put him. I wouldn't put him in my top 5 off just last year.
I believe in him.
How many? He didn't have 1,300 receiving yards or 1,200 receiving yards.
Between him and Mike Evans.
Between Mike Evans and him, Mike Evans that's a clear cut. Mike Evans, he's a big guy, 6'5". He catch anything you throw to him, and he's been doing this. He's 1,000 yards even back to back. He's been doing this. Tyreek Hill. Is he capable of doing it? But he got to show me. That's just like with Dak Prescott. You can't just automatically put him in the top 10 quarterback. You basing off last year?
I mean, if you saying, what are you saying?
Because you got to be consistent.
How long has he been in the league, Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill been in, I think he was a rookie? Was he 2
I think
years?
he might, let's say 2 years.
Yeah, but
I say,
you haven't heard from him besides last year, though, cuz.
What if he was a rookie, though?
Even if he was, you still
find out rookie.
Even if he was, though, you still not just gonna say top 5.
I think top 5.
No, man.
What's your top 5?
Mine is Julio Jones,
right?
Odell Beckham.
2?
No, it's not in order. I'm just you saying top 5. Like you can put him in because even with the top 5, you could take him and switch him in order. As long as you got.
So my 5 and 6 is flexible.
Nah, not with Tyreek Hill. He shouldn't even be up there over Amari Cooper. Mike Evans. AJ Green, Dez Bryant.
I keep him.
Jordy Nelson.
I keep him. I guess it's simple. The system. I like the system. I like how they're using them.
Serious?
Yeah, man. Hey, maybe when the season go, when the season go along, you ask him again, he might not be there.
He's just not a top 5 receiver. You could put him as a top 5 specialist as doing everything. But when you talk about just committing him, Tyreek Hill is not. He's just not a flat out receiver.
Why not? Because he haven't done it consistently.
You put him in a running back position. You could put him in a slot.
If you're passing it to me, receiver.
Yeah, but he does more than just that, though. Odell Beckham is just strictly a receiver.
Right.
Julio Jones is strictly a receiver.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
To me, his receiver.
You're basing Tyreek Hill work off a whole body of work.
But he
don't just receive, though.
That's what I'm saying. If you have him in the backfield, he go out for a screen. It's receiving.
Yeah, but you still line him up as H-back at that certain particular time.
But still, he receiving. If you look at his stats, if he throw it to him, unless it's behind line scrimmage, if they throw it forward to him,
right,
he receiving it.
Yeah,
if you put him in the reason you put him in a slot,
Le'Veon Bell come out the backfield and catch passes. But you ain't gonna leave him as a receiver because he came out the backfield.
No, because his position is running back.
That's right. Tyreek Hill really he's not labeled as a receiver.
Yes.
No, he just does a lot. He does a lot.
Hey, if you're enjoying today's show, be sure to connect with us on Twitter @SimplySportsPC or on Instagram @SimplySportsPodcast.
And when I say he does a lot, is as far as receiver, you don't hear nobody talking about Tyreek Hill about being a top 10 receiver or a top 5 receiver.
Not yet. They will.
He's more. Yeah, they will maybe. So you do. You say he's top 5, but he more explosive with punts than anything. He's not a big player. When you come in on the offense, you don't say we're gonna focus on Tyreek Hill for being a receiver. You focus on Tyreek Hill because he can do everything.
Right.
That's not just a receiver though.
They will be in his game plan.
DeAndre Hopkins from Houston Texans. DeAndre Hopkins. He's not a better receiver. Tyreek Hill's not a better receiver than DeAndre Hopkins or even Baldwin from Seattle. Or you think Demarius Thomas from Denver.
Oh no,
Emmanuel Sanders.
No, I'm saying
he's not a top 5
I'm saying
receiver.
right now from my impression of last year. My top 5.
He's just not a receiver
to
though.
You.
He's not just to me. He's an all-around player.
It ain't a fact though.
It is a fact. How it's not?
Because he
return punts.
If you go on the roster, right? But if you go on the roster, the Chiefs look up the roster. They say WR.
Right. They probably do. But who as a cornerback, who prepares for him? Nobody. Because he does everything. You can't prepare for a player like that because he does everything.
Top 5. 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
So he's better than Brandon Cooks?
Right now to me.
Brandon Cooks, you serious? Demarius Thomas from Denver?
The reason why I say that, the reason why I say that to me, Demarius Thomas is a great receiver. I'm not
1,000 yards
right. I'm not
taking
taking anything from him. But to me, my top 5 to me doesn't necessarily mean that he's out like so greater than them.
So how is he gonna be a top 5?
To me, top 5 to me is when I play a team. If this man, even if he's doing more than one thing, he will mess up a defense to me.
Yeah, of course. But just not as a receiver.
Mind you. But still, you asked me who the top 5
receivers. A legit receiver.
Right. No, you ain't saying legit. You didn't say.
We said top 5 receivers in the league.
Right.
Tyreek Hill's not a legit receiver.
Now, this man to me.
He's explosive. He does a lot, yeah.
Right.
But I wouldn't label him as a receiver.
To me, my top 5 includes this man 5 or 6. Maybe when a year come, you ask me next year.
Did you see with Dez Bryant, AJ Green, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, all of them?
You talking about from last year, period?
Yes.
From last year, Dez Bryant?
No, I mean, Dez Bryant in general, Dez Bryant was consistent with a lot of things.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe not last year.
This is what I'm saying.
The last year, the year before that, because he was hurt.
I understand. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, take Dez Bryant out of the conversation.
This is what I'm saying. Last year, Tyreek Hill was a rookie. So now, if you say top 5 receivers in 3 or 4 years, to me that'll be different. because he wasn't there 3 or 4 years. He was only a rookie last year. So I understand what you're saying as far as him not having the credibility
in this league,
right?
Man.
But
you a top 5 receiver?
When you said top 5, my mind went to last year. The people that are like, dang, this dude.
But how many explosive receiver play as a wide receiver? How many explosive plays have he made as a wide receiver?
You want a number? I don't know.
I'm just asking
exactly.
you. I'm just saying in general. He's not one of those players where you say, "Oh, you got to watch out for Tyreek Hill. He's going to be explosive." No,
and you don't.
You talk about that if he catch a punt.
Let me ask you this question: If you were a defensive coordinator,
I'm not preparing for him. Not as
to me,
not as a wide receiver.
And I guarantee
not as a wide receiver.
Not?
I'm preparing my whole team for him to do everything. He's not
one of those positions. Julio Jones is my one.
Odell Beckham.
He's my two.
Those are receivers. Those are legit receivers.
They
play just receiver.
Right.
They don't play nothing else. They don't return no punts. They don't get in the backfield. They don't do none of that.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't take away from this man.
No, but we talking about legit receivers.
Right. I'm talking about him as a legit receiver. I'm talking about him as a receiver.
No, he does everything.
Right. If he's coming out of the backfield and catching passes, he's a receiver to me. If he's in a slot, he's a receiver to me.
Yeah, in the slot, yeah.
Right.
In the slot, but not come out of the backfield.
So when Le'Veon Bell come out of the backfield, catch a pass, when you look on his stat sheet, where does it go? Receiving or rushing?
Yeah, it goes receiving.
So
but you don't label him as a receiver.
No.
He came out the backfield and called it as a reception.
His position is a running back.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So
Tyreek Hill don't have no position in my opinion.
It's running back. It's wide receiver.
But he don't have no. See, you just about to say running back because he does it all, right?
No, I said that because I got Le'Veon Bell.
No, because he does it all. That's why.
Not because I got mixed up with Le'Veon Bell.
No, man.
I mean, I feel like we can go back and forth.
Yeah, of course we can.
I mean, who was your top 5?
I told you, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, AJ Green. And I mean, I would throw Dez in it.
Don't throw Dez in it. Who you got? Dez, AJ?
AJ Green.
Over Dez?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure. I see.
Because like you said, if you basing it off last year,
right?
So I understand what you're saying, but
right.
But I get what you said, but I still don't see Tyreek Hill as a receiver.
And I respect that too. I respect
that. Like you say, Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
He's a running back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he does a lot. Like it's a lot that it's on his plate that he could do.
Right, I agree with
that. You might label him as a receiver, but he's returning punts, so his clout going to be bigger than a lot of people.
I think he'll surprise you this year, man.
Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, we're gonna
because I know he's
we're gonna be up here for a long time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna surprise you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like later on, as we get into the show, like before the real season open, we're gonna get into the top 5 cornerbacks. We're gonna talk about the top 5 D linemen.
Let me ask you, who you got number 1 for corners?
Corner?
Number 1
for corner?
Corners, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that next week.
Oh, okay. We'll save it next week.
But since you asked me,
save it the next week.
Because it's gonna be a debate.
And then we'll save it next week. Then
because I want to say Talib, Akeem Talib from
Now, if I agree with you, we'll wait. If I don't agree, we'll go into it.
It's up to you.
Now, who you want?
Talib.
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay, then I'm gonna, Talib. I think Talib he's solid.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
I
solid.
agree
but
with
we're gonna get more into that, like you said, like next week sometimes though, man. But that like Tyreek Hill, he's pretty good. But I just still like when I say receiver, I'm talking about legit receivers, man. So that's just that's a debate within itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. But I mean, like in the NFL topics, man, we got a lot of things we could talk about in the NFL because it's coming up. But we want to switch over to a few different topics too, man. Like towards the NBA. You know what I'm saying? What you think about your boy Zach Randolph, man, getting busted with that marijuana, man?
I just think that when you reach a certain tier as a person, I think you got to watch who you hang around with. If you do what you do, that's okay.
Right.
I don't think he's a drug dealer.
Right.
I guess because
that's what they got him labeled at.
Right.
They hit him with intent to sell.
Right. I think because wherever he was, that amount he had on him. I guess once he reached that amount,
I say the same.
Right.
Thing.
So I don't think he's a drug dealer at all. But
I
think it's just
He made $180 million over his career, and then he just signed with the Sacramento Kings 2 years for $24 million.
Right. But I mean,
why would he sell? What would he get out of selling with?
I don't think he. Now, there's some people who fund it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think he's into that. I just think that if he does it for recreational use or whatever, that's on him. I just think you got to watch where you are. You know what I mean? Because you are not as expendable as everybody else. Not saying he's better.
Right.
But to him, he got more to lose. He has a bigger target on his back. You know what I'm saying?
But he's in California, though.
Well, it must have been where it must have been where it's not legal then, right, or whatever.
Like it's confusing, man. It's supposed to be.
Is it certain right? It's certain parts.
Yeah, but I see. I really don't know. That's really a whole different subject. Like going into like what parts is legal and what parts is not.
I know somebody listening probably like, yeah, man. They probably talking like, yeah, you don't. Y'all
I'm
don't.
pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when it comes to that. But it's just. It's California though, still, man. You got dispensaries and everything out there, like all over the place. Like, so this man getting caught with that. The only reason he had a certain amount on him because he got money.
Right.
If he had a little bit of money, he had a little bit of weed.
Right.
A whole lot of money, a whole lot of weed.
Right.
And the thing about it was, besides that though, it was like 5 Los Angeles cop cars.
Right.
That was vandalized and 1 sheriff car. Like he was a whole lot. They was having a block party. So I'm pretty sure like he having a big party, and if he's sponsoring the party and he's the big name, he's Zach Randolph. He probably got a little weed there for everybody to do their thing. He ain't selling no weed, man.
I don't think he's selling.
A break, man. Like,
I don't think he's selling it. I think he just need to watch how he move.
Yeah,
because I mean, you know, Zach. I think Zach is somebody.
This ain't the first time either, though.
Right. I think
2010.
Yeah.
He was riding with one of his homeboys, and they got caught with a cooler full of marijuana.
Right. And they said in high school he was kind of.
Yeah,
in it too, but I think Zach is from where he's from,
right?
And I think he is who he is. So when I say that, I think if he's hood, I think he's hood.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing changed him. He kind of remind me of Rasheed Wallace.
But you know, common sense too, though.
Right.
But common sense ain't common these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the same time,
especially when you got money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, man, it's just common sense to say don't do this or don't do that. Like you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I be out here and I know everybody know who I am,
right? And
still do this, right? Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully he'll get it. He'll handle it. He'll make it right for himself. You know what I'm saying? Because smoking a little bit of weed, I honestly, in my opinion, I don't see nothing too much wrong with it. But everybody got their own opinion.
If it's your preference, it's your preference.
You know what I mean? I really don't see too much wrong with it. But knowing better, that's a whole different subject.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because he know better. You know what I'm saying? So. What about what you think about LeBron and KD and was it J.R. Smith and Melo? They had a pickup game.
I think, man, it's a message.
Right.
Everybody saying all this stuff about all this different ideas, topics, and trades. Yeah. People getting everybody amped up and excited for it. And them boys just enjoying themselves, man. And they probably like, man, what are they talking about? They ain't paying no attention.
Right.
Here we are like, dang, I wish Carmelo do go to the Cavs.
Right.
And then they saying, man, we ain't worried about none of that.
Right. But do you think that's good for competition? Like for if I play with Cleveland, you play with Golden State. We just played each other back to back in the finals. Like even though KD hasn't been to the finals 3 times straight with them, but at the same time, it would be some animosity between KD and LeBron. I would think after they beating each other and all that.
I think KD and LeBron was friends right before. I think they're friends, but I think
because
the league
KD lost to LeBron.
Exactly.
When he was with Thunder when he first went to the championship.
Yeah. And I think it changed a lot, man. The league has changed a lot.
Man, a whole lot.
Do I like it? I don't like it too much, man, because it doesn't feel competitive anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody are friends, you working out with each other.
Right.
That kind of takes away the competitiveness.
That's
Not saying you're supposed to be fighting every time you see somebody, but I think like
because as a fan, if I'm looking at KD and LeBron live play each other,
exactly.
If I'm watching them play and he go to pushing KD. Or LeBron go to push him, they go to talking joint to each other. The first thing I'm gonna say is, man, they were just in the pickup game playing together.
Exactly.
It's not real animosity towards each other. So it's like where did the competitive edge come in?
Exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying?
And you know we both play sports. In no way, if I'm playing somebody from New Bern High,
oh man, you
and working out with them.
Oh no way.
You know what I'm saying?
No way.
So, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against New Bern. Shout out to New Bern.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, when we was in high school, it was a rivalry. But
of course.
you know, I knew some boys back then that was real close friends. But at the same time, we knew it was a competitive edge. I said, when we seen each other, we didn't fight. We dapped each other up and said, what's up? But we knew, like, you get ready for the season your way, I get ready my way, and then we go to war. After that, we'll say, what's up? But we ain't working out together.
Nah, there's no way.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no way. There's no way. Talking about this and talking about that. Nah, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, for real. So, but I think, I don't know. As a fan, I really ain't too much for it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's great for TV. And it's great for people to talk about. It's a conversation. LeBron flew in, he left out. It's a conversation, man. Like LeBron, Melo, and then you still speculating on Melo.
Exactly.
Like you still don't know what he's gonna do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they're just basically enjoying themselves. So,
that's all they're doing.
You know
that's all they're doing.
But that'll shape itself out too as the season goes on. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that, we're gonna stick on that LeBron a little bit. What do you think? How would you? I really don't know how to ask the question because we spoke on it a little bit last week, but with Kyrie. How do you, as an organization, if you was a Cleveland or a Cavalier owner, with the situation of keeping Kyrie, would you let him go? or keep him afraid because you're afraid LeBron might leave if you let him go. Even though it's speculation on LeBron supposed to be leaving such and such when he become a free agent. But if you let Kyrie go, how you think LeBron, that will ruin all your chances for LeBron to stay, period?
I think LeBron is leaving next year.
You think so?
Regardless. I think he's waiting. I think he knows that they can, I feel like to him they can't get no better than last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To him, that's where he is,
Yeah.
Cleveland, they can't get no better than last year. And I think Cleveland slipped on a lot of opportunities to get certain players.
Yeah, they did.
So I think
and
to him,
Derrick Rose.
I don't know why.
That's my point. Like,
I don't know why.
That was foolish.
I don't
Like,
know
you know
why.
what I'm saying? Derrick Rose, like he had a decent year. You know what
But he got
18
hurt,
points.
didn't he?
Yeah, but he averaged 18 points a game. Like, you know what I mean?
Didn't he get
18
hurt last year?
He did. He played 61 games out of
Right,
82.
so he's injury prone, man.
Yeah, he
like,
is, man.
what would you do if you was the owner? Would you? I mean, would
I
you
told
try
you what I
to?
would do last week. I would let him go.
Kyrie,
Mess our team up. Kyrie.
yeah. I mean,
I just think they're scared that if they let him
If
go
not-
soon, they're gonna be scared that because if you let him go this year, how LeBron gonna react to that? Like, is he gonna be still determined to get to the championship, or is he gonna be determined to get this year over with so he can go ahead and leave?
I think he's gonna play regardless. I think LeBron.
But I'm saying with that same inspiration, like,
I think he understands if Kyrie wants to leave.
right.
Either way, now if he stays, it's gonna mess up the chemistry.
Right,
So I
right.
think in his mind now is that he don't want to be here. I'm not gonna want him to be here either, just because they give us a better chance to win.
Right.
I mean, you playing with somebody that they said that he didn't talk to the teammates during the finals or something like that. So I mean, like, I think that Kyrie was gone mentally a long time ago, and I think LeBron is just like, if I'm here, I'm gonna play, but next year I'm gone.
I feel the same way too, man.
Right.
Like, it's kind of that's a long drawn out topic,
Right.
Because it's gonna be a long drawn out season when it comes to that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's neither here nor there. And but wanna switch our attentions over to a little bit of college football.
Right. Let me ask you
You know
this:
what I'm saying?
college, who you got for the Heisman?
That's kind of difficult because you got a lot of returning starters.
Right. Okay.
JT Barrett, Baker Mayfield. Well, JT Barrett, he played for Ohio State.
Right.
Baker Mayfield, he played for Oklahoma. Lamar Jackson, he the returning Heisman. He won it last year. He played for Louisville. And you got Jalen Hurts for Alabama.
So Louisville.
Louisville.
Quick question for him.
Yeah.
What year is he?
Junior.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. I think he's gonna be better this year too, though, because he put on some more weight.
Okay.
Like
okay.
they said, I haven't seen him. You know what I'm saying? But I read a few things. They said he put on like 10 pounds. Like he got his regimen and his nutrition and everything up.
Okay.
So like he's gonna be more equipped and more ready for it. You know, they say the defense is gonna be more equipped and ready for him because of what he did last year. It's gonna be no shocking. But at the same time, if you prepare for them the same way they prepare for you,
Right.
it's gonna be the same. Because
Exactly.
I was always taught as a man, you don't let them prepare. You don't prepare for them. They have to prepare for you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. And then you got Josh Rosen from UCLA, but them all quarterbacks. So you know what I'm saying. You got Saquon Barkley. He's a running back from Penn State. Nick Chubb from Georgia, and the dude from LSU, the running back Geis.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty good too. He had 1,500 yards, almost 1,500 yards with Fournette being there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting though. What you think about the top 25 though?
Let me ask you a question. Who do you out of that? Who you think gonna get it?
I think Lamar Jackson gonna repeat.
Okay. Top 25. Alabama won.
Yeah, of course.
I give you. How many I can do top 20?
I mean, you just like what you like. It ain't really not. You don't got to name them all. Just like
Ohio
what you think
State.
about, like who you think gonna be some of the teams that's gonna be in the college football. Playoffs.
Alabama, Ohio State, Florida State, USC.
That's a good pick. USC too, though. Sam
And
Darnold.
Clemson.
Even without Watson coming back.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think, but the top schools always have that backup.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, having looked into it, I'm thinking that I think the system will still be the same. I think that one piece has to be found, and I think they may find it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you got.
I mean, that's really tough, man. Like with college, there's so much parity in it, man.
Right.
Because like Oklahoma State, they got Mason Rudolph. They got good receivers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's so much parity in college football now, more than it's ever been. You know what I mean? You got some teams, man, that you don't even think about could sneak in the college playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of teams, man. Like Oregon, they should be pretty good again this year. Like Oklahoma State, Ohio State. You know what I mean? Tennessee should be even good this year. It just depends. Like, it just depends. I really can't tell them. You know what I mean? Until the season really starts.
Season really starts.
That
first game.
Florida State, Oklahoma, Alabama.
That first game.
That's going to tell a lot right there.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to tell a lot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're ready for the up-and-coming football season 2. You know what I'm saying? The last thing. What do you think about Usain Bolt, though? Because he was supposed to go out on his farewell tour. He went out, man, kind of shaky, man. Like,
and to be honest, man, I think he got lax.
Think so?
Yeah, man. Cause you look at my man, Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Workaholic, grinder. And I think that Bolt knew breaking records. He just, to him, ain't no way them boys faster than him, man. If he training the way he, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think he just wasn't in the best shape, and I think he accepted it, and that's what got me. Like, I kind of agree. I think he kind of got lax. Yeah. And accepted it. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, I can't even. I was looking for something to go back and forth about, but I agree though, because with his talent and with the speed he has, if he put the work behind it, there's no way.
Because the dude, Gatlin is how old is he?
Gatlin is 35, 36, and Bolt is 30.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Gatlin ain't moving like that.
No, he's but hey now,
he fast, but not like Bolt now.
Gatlin fast too.
Bolt now.
He lost to Gatlin, man. He lost to him in what was it, 100, 200?
100.
And then he pulled his hand. He cramped up in the relay.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I never seen him cramp before, though.
I don't think he was prepared, man.
I never seen that.
I think that his farewell tour, and he was celebrating like.
Yeah.
I think he accepted it, man. I think he just like, man, hey.
Yeah, me too, though.
You know what I mean?
We do appreciate it, though. We appreciate Usain Bolt for all the things you've done for the race. Because that's a big name, man. That's one name that you'll never forget, man.
At all.
Like, for real. So, you know. But before we close the show, you know what I mean, it's a much more serious thing than sports. That thing that's going on down there in Virginia. What do you think about that, though, man? Like, you could say something about sports with that, because you got a lot of names in sports that could come out and speak about it.
Right.
But what does it change?
I think the change comes with, you know, more of our Caucasian athletes standing up, man.
Right.
You know, because we see the issue. You know, African American athletes see the issue.
Right.
And I think Caucasian athletes need to stand up and support it.
Right. Because
what's going on, man? It like prayers go out to them out there. It's just
that's right.
And then, you know, president is not fully, you know, in it. You know, he's taking 2 days to respond properly. So it's like, at the end of the day, man, you hate to say it, but it's like you got to look out for self.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, everybody united. Now we see,
you
know, the stuff Kaepernick is kind of kneeling for. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at the fact, if a man to me explains why he's doing something, I'm gonna you know, implement that to my train of thought. Okay, he said he's doing this because he don't like you know, how police officers are getting ready to murder and they're getting paid leave, and, you know, stuff that's not right. How African American and to me, this is why, you know, you see it's lining up. It's lining up.
Like how you fought Kaepernick for what he's doing.
Right.
Even with the Seahawks, with Michael Bennett, and you got Marshawn Lynch. They sit on the bench, like, you know what I'm saying. You can't. But you see what's going on, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't really blame them, man. Because in my opinion, it's not even really based on a black or a white thing. Right. It's just a right thing.
And I just think, you know, I was talking to somebody that was telling me that, you know, people, you know, especially African Americans in higher positions are you don't really hear nothing from them.
That nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're used to
LeBron did speak up.
Right. You know what I mean? And select few, but it's like we're used to defending ourselves instead of you know, it's kind of like something got to happen and then we'll talk.
Do it,
you know what I'm saying? So when something like this is not outside of the norm, there's a lot of people sitting on their hands, but I really, you know, like you asked me the question, I really think Caucasian athletes and needs to stand up and support. You know what I'm saying? Man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but that's important. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, man, our prayers go out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to appreciate y'all, man. We brought y'all a little bit of news, you know what I'm saying? I'm Slim, and I'm going to let Sap close it out. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, again, man, like we said, we thank y'all, all the support, all the love. You know, we thank Aaron at BPM Audio. We are Simply Sports Podcast. Sap and Slim, we out.
Thanks for tuning in to Simply Sports. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to come back and check out our next episode.